Good morning, everybody. Are you doing your exercises well? Okay. We have learnt the tense forms and we have practiced them well. We have also seen their application on question answer pattern. Alright? Now we have to do something greater than that. In this lesson, we are going to focus on the use of tenses on real life situations and how to describe them either in writing or in speaking. Alright? So first of all, let's see the concept of tenses on timeline. As we have seen that 12 tense forms are the product of 3 fractions of time and 4 modes of action. You know it? Now let us try to understand these fractions of time and time expressions with the concept of timeline as given below. This is an innovation. Try to understand with me. Here is a line shown like the number line in mathematics. You know that the line has no endpoints. So this timeline also has no endpoints, as we don't know when time started moving in the past. Nobody knows. And we don't know how long it will move on in future. So this has no endpoint. Okay? Only a point shown by another arrow vertically on it, that is present. It divides the line into 2 parts. On the left side, the distance that it has covered on this line is past, and on the right side, the distance that is yet to cover for it, that is future. We remember our past and we think of future, plan for future, but future never comes. But we live in present. When future comes, it becomes present. Alright? Think of it. Now, you can see 2 points here on this line. They are on the past side. Yesterday and 5 p.m. These are the points of time. Let us see a point of time on this line is represented by phrases like at 5 p.m., today, yesterday, tomorrow, last week, next week, last month, last year and next year, and so on. All these are the points of time. A period of time on this line now. The expanse of time between 2 points is a period of time. It is represented by words or phrases like since Monday, for 10 days, during the month, during the year, and so on. Alright? Now, let us see next the 4 modes of action. Try to understand these modes. Actually, these modes are the 4 manners, 4 ways in which an action expressed by a sentence can take place in real life. The first one is the simple or indefinite mode. In this mode, action is done or takes place at a particular point of time or repeats at similar points, conditions, regularly or irregularly. Okay? So in both of the cases, either it is on a point or it is repeating. It refers only a point of time. Symbol that we are going to use, that would be the point on the timeline like this. Look at the slide. Number 2, continuous mode. In this mode, action continues at or around a point of time. So here continuity of action is shown. Okay. Here again action refers to a point of time only. The symbol that we are going to use for this continuity of action is given here. Look at the slide. Now, perfect mode. In this mode, action completes before a point of time, okay? And its effect continues to the point of reference. Here, action completes at a point and its effect continues to another next point. So, it refers to a period of time. The symbol that we are going to use is like this as shown in the slide. Fourth, perfect continuous. In this mode, action begins before a point of time and it continues to the point of reference. See that action only begins at a point and it continues to another next point. That is the point of reference. So again it refers to a period of time. The symbol that we are going to use is given here. You can see it. Alright. Now let us see how we can present these tenses on the timeline. Here is simple present. Simple present expresses an action happening regularly. Okay? The dots on the timeline represent the regularity of action here. You can see the dots on the timeline. The dots started in the past and they are repeating even some point in future. Dots in future column merely show that the regularity is expected in future also. Thus, the action expressed in simple present spreads over a large area of time covering past, present and future regularly. Alright? What are these regular actions in real life situations? They are scientific truth, general truth, universal truth, experiments, geometrical constructions that you do and write in mathematics, procedures, habits and routine, which find expression in this tense. Here are some examples. In single sentences, water has no definite shape. Okay, scientific or general truth. In simple present, water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, alright. The earth goes round the sun. Universal truth, simple present. Fire burns us. A general truth, simple present. The sun rises in the east. An universal truth. Alright. So this way you have seen the single sentences now. Now write and speak a paragraph on my routine, my habit, my father's or mother's routine, my brother's or sister's habit, my pet, dog, cow, etc. That too in simple present only. Okay, let me do one or two exercises for you. Here, the first one is write a paragraph on your habit. What is your habit? Then let us see how you can write or speak using only one tense. See that? My habit. I get up at 5 a.m. I get fresh and brush my teeth. I do my homework. I bathe at 7 a.m. I get ready for school. I go to bus stand. I take the school bus. I go to school. I attend the morning assembly there. I attend my classes. I go to library in library period. I go to the playground in games period. I listen to the teachers very carefully. I complete my classwork there only. The school gets over at 2:10 p.m. I come back home. I take a short rest. I go to the playground in the evening. I play with my friends. I come back home. I revise my lessons. I complete my homework. I take my supper. and I go to bed. See that? How wonderful. I used only one tense and spoke this much. Alright? So you can do it too. Now next exercise you can see. Write a paragraph on my friend's habit. Or what is your friend's habit? Let us see that. My friend gets up at 4 a.m. He gets fresh and brushes his teeth. He does his homework. He bathes at 6:30 a.m. Continue. But only thing that you have to care that here you are using SRES form. You are aware of the rules in simple present. Alright? So continue. Now another exercise. Describe your school library or an experimental lab in a paragraph. Let us see it. My school library. My school library locates in hind portion of a school building. Classes go to library in library period. We consult the reference books there. We read magazines and periodicals there. We read comics too. We do not talk to one another in library period. Continue this way. There is digital library as well in my school. Alright, so this way you can continue. Now come to the next tense, simple past. Here, an action at a particular point of time in past is expressed in simple past. Remember it. Okay? See the timeline as usual. Future side, past side, present point. You can notice on the past side there are marked 4 points. They are yesterday morning, my last birthday, 11 September 2001 and 1947. See the examples. How these examples refer to these points of time. Number 1. The sun rose at 6 a.m. yesterday. 2. I celebrated my last birthday with pomp and show. WTC, I mean World Trade Center, destroyed in a terrorist attack on 11th September 2001. And India became free in 1947. Alright? All in simple past. How they refer to the point of time when they happened. Alright. To write and speak now. Narrate my last birthday, a memorable day, or yesterday in a paragraph. I hope that you can do it now using only simple past. Now let me do some of such exercises for you. Here are. First one. What did you do yesterday? On your last birthday or Deepavali. You can take anyone. Use simple past and go on describing. So let us see it. I got up at 5 a.m. I got fresh and brushed my teeth. I touched the feet of my parents. They blessed me. I got ready for school. I went to the bus stand. I took the bus. I reached the school. I took a packet of toffees for my friends. I distributed it among them. Thus continue. Only using second form of the verb in simple past. You are aware of the forms now. Alright? Another exercise. Report how you celebrated Independence Day in your school. See that. Report writing is a usual question in your examination. And you also know that report is written in simple past. Let us see it. We celebrated Independence Day with great patriotic fervor. We went to our school at 7 a.m. We celebrated the gate and function hall, or stage you can say. The chief guest arrived at 8 a.m. He hoisted the flag. The program began. Some of my friends anchored the program. Alright, thus you continue how you proceeded with the program one after another. Alright? Now, coming to the next tense, that is simple future. An action expected, thought, promised or planned to take place or to do at a particular point of time in future. Remember, future never comes. We think of it. We plan for it. That is why here the action that we think and plan to take place on some point of time in future. See, 2 points are marked on the future side. Tomorrow, next year. See the examples now. Examples refer to them. I shall come to meet you tomorrow. See, this is promise. Simple future. Number 2. Population of India will become more than 1 crore next year. Prophecy. Alright? That's in simple future. Next year, I shall be in class 11th. I shall take admission in science stream. I shall take coaching classes too. I shall do my work sincerely. I shall listen to my teachers very attentively. I shall work hard. Thus you continue planning for future and writing and speaking. Alright. Now here are some exercises. Number 1. You have planned to celebrate your birthday in a better way this year. Report how you will do it. Good. My next birthday. I shall celebrate my birthday in a guest house. I shall invite all my friends. I'll make arrangement of meal as well. My parents will invite all my neighbors. They will invite all the relatives as well. We shall shift to the guest house in the evening. All will gather there. I will cut the cake. All will applaud me and they will bless me with gifts and their well wishes. Alright, so continue this way. Now, another exercise. You came to know that the trees near your locality will be felled to set up a factory. What will happen then? Impact of new factory on life. There will be pollution of air. We will have no fresh air to breathe. Many people will have lung disease. Some old men will suffer from severe problems of their health. There will be water pollution too. The temperature will rise. You go on counting, writing and speaking like this. Alright? So, continue this practice. Go on writing and speaking. Thank you very much.